Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
I'm right here.
Where? Where?
Crazy monkey lizard. Stop it.
Where are you?
Yeah, just call me Heidi. Heidi ho.
Heidi hi or Heidi ho? Heidi hi or
If
Heidi ho?
if I don't get a Heidi ho out of the women, then they're something's wrong.
Well, you look very dashing. I think
Yeah.
you could be my wingman, Rex, if you want.
There we go. We've got the time traveling shower.
We're ready to do it. We're ready, everyone.
I don't know if I'm ready or not. But let's go.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm Salacious Rum. Remember to make love, not war, because time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. Unless it's Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. Unless it's Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. Don't forget what it takes to be a human being, but I'm not a human. I'm a monkey lizard. And don't forget, monkey lizards have feelings, because time does follow us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It trails me like a trail, like a snail trail.
We're getting on, aren't we, Rex? To be honest, we get but
It's good
we're
to
ready.
see Mr. Blobby here, and I don't mean my spare tire.
Rex, I think we're aging like fine wine. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I'll be 60 in November, so yeah, I think I look pretty well for 60.
No. I wouldn't have actually. I would have said for late 40s.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe with the beard, I age up like 10 or 15 years, but without it, yeah, I'm pretty young face.
The baby face.
Baby face. You got the sweetest little baby face.
But you must be popular with the ladies, though, a bit like me, really. I would have thought.
Well, let's just say they call me Sexy Rexy or Rexy Sexy. I let them take their pick. True story.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to Monkey-Lizard Hangouts, the weekly Monday night interview show.
Early.
Well, to be honest, we normally do 8 o'clock, and then whenever I have a guest on from America, I always think I think it must be more convenient if we go a bit later. So I set it at 9. Of course, I totally forget that the clocks have changed. So
we did spring forward an hour.
Yeah.
And then I do 4 o'clock myself, in about an hour. Here I do 4 o'clock shadow every day, as you know.
And I watch it. I actually watch it most nights.
Yeah, do you? Yeah. What do you think? What's your honest opinion about how we're doing? We've been doing gangbusters and growing in the last 2 months, just exponentially. It's just been incredible.
I really enjoy watching your channel because I'm really always interested, and I'll have to invite Shadowheart on as well, Shadowhawk on one time as well, because I'm genuinely interested in what you guys talk about, because with the utmost respect, I'm saying this, you guys have got a lot of experience, and you've got a lot of there's a whole wealth of experience behind you. So I always find it really interesting, like, to hear about what you're doing, and it's actually really you guys are really inspiring, because you're out following your passion and making your own comics and designing your own artwork, and you're just really passionate about it. So I love it, to be honest.
I feel like I'm a newborn baby. I've only been doing it like a little over 3 years on YouTube, and you know, I just started. I didn't even have guests on. I just went through YouTube Studio and was challenged by, you know, started co-hosting. Just kind of stuck around till he called me co-host and Apex Comics, and then he challenged me to put content up on my own channel, which I'd already started, but I didn't have any content up for like 4 months, and then I immediately gave it a whirl, took a look at it, because I'm not one of those that have been doing a lot of technical things with computers, because I'm a little bit older, right? I mean, even though I can remember back in the 80s working on computers in high school, not that we had them there, but we actually went out to the university and learned a few things out there at the university. But I knew that wasn't for me. I'm not that analytical mind, which is interesting, because when I went out to the university later, I got a job at the computer service center. I knew nothing. I was an artist. Most of my art hours, 72 hours, were in art. And that's all I wanted to know. I wasn't going after a degree. I was going after the knowledge. I didn't want to take all these other basic courses and other things because I already knew what I wanted to be, you know, and they kind of guide you with a smorgasbord of courses to take, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just said, I know what I want to be. I thought I did anyway, you know, kind of started in the graphics section, doing lettering and whatever, some of the basic courses, which was good experience, you know, product design, things like that. And then I went to the fine arts, where it's, you know, they didn't have a cartooning. They didn't have something like Joe Kubert's school for sequential art for doing comics. That's what I knew I wanted to do. And I've been creating characters since the 1970s. So I have this whole world building thing, and, you know, and now it's viable through crowdfunding, distribution. That's only one way to get started distributing. Once you get product in hand, you can, you know, put it in Amazon and all the stores or something. Or there's people out there like RJ who's fulfilling my book this campaign. This is my second campaign. I came out with 2 trading cards, 2 magnets, and 3 bookmarks, and this little ash can.
Well, hold fire a sec. Oh, yeah, hold fire for a sec, because I don't know if everyone in our you've been on before. I want to make sure we introduce you properly, because I'm not sure everyone
Don't blame me for that. I mean, I'm glad you're giving me a second chance.
Well, you know, I love watching your channel, and I think that just quickly on tapping into what you said, how important is it as well? I think we should be teaching our kids when they're going through school, follow something you're passionate in. You know, don't get convinced by a teacher to go follow your passion, because you know, you've got to be interested in what you're doing. And then the other quick thing is,
I'm a procrastinator, so that makes it hard for me. I think that runs in my family. I was adopted and had a good work ethic. You know, my father started out delivering tires, and then he went into farming, which was a big career change in 1973. I thought farming, what the hell? I thought it was crazy in my mind, because I never wanted to be a farmer. But my brother, not to sidetrack you, Salacious, but just a bit of my background. I always wanted to be an artist and into comics. Once I discovered comics, that was it. Not that I wanted to be a professional. It's just I knew what I liked, and he was nice enough to entertain me to to follow my dreams, like you're saying. And I was adopted, and it was a better life than I would have had with my birth mother, which is still alive. And I've actually not met my sister, but we talk on the phone. I had 2 sisters, 2 half sisters, and the younger one of us is dead. So I'm the middle child. And, but my older sister, which is a couple years, 2 or 3 years older, is still alive. And we talk on the phone, and I'm hopefully get to meet her next month for the very first time. And maybe one of her other brothers that's not related to me, but is related to her. Her father actually passed away here in town. We've got family here in town and just immediately out of town. So in this area, and I never even knew it. You know,
that's
by blood.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy that you're going to meet, you know, someone so late on in life. That's crazy,
I know.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's
amazing.
answered prayer. You know, but at the same time, it's like I didn't want to know. I was kind of like Clint Eastwood, the man with no name. I was like Wolverine before they gave him an origin, a man of mystery. I can chart my own destiny and be my own person. And I think that's what you have to say to yourself as an individual. You know, I'm my own person. I may be related to some of these people here, but don't let it overly influence you. With that said, I'm overly influenced by my upbringing, my family. How could I not be? You know, but it's a good influence, fortunately. And unfortunately for a lot of people, growing up is not a good, you know, influence on their lives and can wreck their lives. And believe me, when I got out on my own, you know, nosedive, and it delayed what I really wanted to do by decades. You know, it can.
Well, let's introduce you formally for those that don't know.
Okay.
You are you are an artist. So, sorry, our special. I'll do it properly. Our special guest this week needs a little introduction. He is an artist, a writer, a collector, a crazy collector as well. This is one of the things I love about you. You've got thousands of comics, and we'll get into this in a second. But Rex knows everything about comics and all the lore. He is also the proprietor of his own independent comic publishing outfit called Momentum Comics. Rex has been on the Hangout before, but this is the second time we get to talk to Rex. So we're going to find out about his Devil Flyer character, his comic, which is available on Fund My Comics at the moment, which we've backed. And also, though, we want to get some advice, because I was thinking, who can we get the best advice from? And I think you're the one. Because well, I think so. Well, we've written a
I'm
story.
the only person he knows, folks.
Bob don't know no one. No, actually, I know everyone, but Bob don't know anyone. Yeah, Bob needs help.
Yoster.
So please give it up for Rex from Momentum
Standing up. I wouldn't stand up, but I'm kind of tethered here.
This is Rex's YouTube channel. The link is in the description.
Content daily, sometimes multiple times, like an abusive husband.
And don't take this take this in the spirit in which it's intended. But I always have your stream on in the background, listening to what you and Shadowhawk are saying, and it just gives it's a nice end of my day, actually, hearing what you guys are up to. So
yeah, you're not the only one, especially in the UK. A lot of people tell us that, or they're listening while they're driving, while they're at work, you know, or coming home from work. In fact, Shadowhawk, my co-host, had not been on any streams. I was the first person to get him on a stream. He listened on his commute. He had about an hour and a half commute from work at that time. And like I said, I did 116 shows just by myself, showing some of the rare art and collectibles that I have, one-of-a-kind items. I've got like the color separation to Avengers #4, original artwork. In fact, the next book I'll be doing is the art of John Buscema, the unpublished art of John Buscema, which is, you know, Master Conan and Silver Surfer and every other Marvel character out there. And also his last project, though, was for DC Comics after Gil Kane passed away, called Blood of My Ancestor, which was like a imaginary Elseworld story with Superman. And Gil Kane passed away, and then he did some work on it, and then he passed away. And Kevin O'Neill, I believe, had to come in and finish the project. So there's some DC work, and I actually have some of the originals to the last stuff that he did.
Well, hold that thought, because I'm going to get you to talk about your collecting in just a second. You can follow Rex on he's everywhere. He's on X, he's on Instagram, he's on YouTube. We've put the links there for you to follow him. And also just so you know, this is the Fund My Comic. So there's the link to that. It's in the description.
We're getting ready to get monetized. Hopefully, we're good. Last I looked, we like 21, getting up to 500 on the channel, and that's the new sort of benchmark. It used to be 1,000, but if I get a 500 subs, hopefully I'll get monetized, which is, I've definitely got the hours. Well,
let's see if we can help with that, because we've got quite a few folk in, and before we get into talking about your collection and your comic book, let's just say hello to a few folk. So they're a great lot. We've got a great community. They're all right, Bob. They're all right. We call them the Monkey-Lizard Army. We've got Mr. B.
Yes, he said hello to me.
He's a very nice man, Mr. B. Very nice.
Mr. B is awesome.
Pod Racer Palpatine's here as well. Palps, we call him.
No. I love doing Palpatine on the show.
Now, I strongly urge you guys to connect. I don't know if you've come across Palps yet, but he's over here in the UK. He lives not too far from me. He's a great artist, really good, and he's been published. So we've been encouraging him. He's an absolutely great artist. So
well, I am working with some UK artists, at least one, Russ Leach. He'll be doing a couple covers for me. I don't know if you know Russ, but if you've watched my show, we do sort of comic book breakdown of on the show occasionally. Every week actually, but sometimes I opt out. I've been working on the campaign straight for about 2 weeks, so been busy.
Rolo's here. He supports everyone.
Thank you, Mr. B.
Rolo. Vader's girl as well. Vader's girl. One of my special lady friends, Rex. One of my special lady friends.
She loves puzzles. She loves 3D puzzles.
Me and her have a puzzle. We're in the puzzle wars. We have a puzzle off every month.
And Devil Flyer puzzle coming here fairly soon. I can't wait.
Right,
we've got to do a bunch of them.
Well, I've got to order 2 of them, one for me and one for Vader's girl. Then we'll do a puzzle off on that one then.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I see. My mother is right across the street, and in a care facility, and a very nice one. And she does puzzles every day. So I'm, how cool is that to make and then she can put it together and tell the other ladies and gentlemen over there, my son made this. That's so cool.
Right, we'll put us down for 2 because I want to order one for Kat and one for myself. Because we do the first Friday of every month, we do the puzzle wars where we battle. Salacious and Vader's girl battle to see who completes the puzzle quickest. So we'll do yours live when it's out. So,
God, I'm out of practice. Does that mean I have to put it together too at the same time?
She beats Bob every time, Rex. Every time.
Well, she's experienced. You can
join.
Experience counts.
Yeah. Excelsior's the main is with us as well. He's another great content creator.
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
A great Stan Lee work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to meet him once. He was very nice.
Did you? Oh. Lady Stephanie's here as well, my special lady friends.
Hello, lady. She's my lady.
She's very much a lady, is Lady Stephanie. Very special lady.
Oh, I'm a ladies' man, so there we go.
There we go. Yeah. Don't try and move in on my patch, Rex. Bloody hell. I'm keeping my eye on you.
You said you were moving.
Rex, I'm watching you. Right, he's already started, look.
Yeah, honestly, see, you just put out a gang hit on me.
I did. Honestly. God, you can't look. We're in 16
minutes. You can't
minutes.
Trust any. You didn't see anything.
He's hitting on my harem.
Calm down. Go clean your claws.
All right.
Aaron is here. Monkey Lizard.
Aaron is here from Could Bang Games, a brilliant model maker. Michael Reed as well from the Australian squad, the Australian SRA squad.
Salacious, do you get a lot of gamers? Because there's a little crossover, right? People that game like comics and like some of the other stuff, collecting and stuff.
Yeah, we've got
another crossover.
Yeah, we've got another channel called Monkey-Lizard Plays because we've got hours of game streaming. We used to do it every Saturday, and honestly, I haven't played in a while. But yeah, we've done loads of game streaming.
Just different various games.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I prefer
Mhm.
multiplayer when you can play with other people,
Oh,
and
yeah. Mhm.
so we've done a lot of Diablo and Dungeons and Dragons, but
Mhm. Mhm.
that kind of stuff. So, who else have we got? GeForce is here. GeForce. Yeah,
GeForce, yeah,
GeForce.
that was one that was on cable here. I never got to really watch GeForce unless I went over my aunt's in town.
Ricardo's here as well.
And
Ricardo.
usually if my cousin was over there, then he'd be watching it, so I would get to watch it. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
even know
cool.
it was on.
It's got different names in different countries, doesn't it? I think it's Battle of the Planets or it's
Yeah, Battle
Deckerman.
of the Planets, other things. They made it into the comics too, you know.
Oh,
There was some G-Force comics back in the day.
yeah.
Although I don't know that I ever saw them.
Gilster's here. Good old Gilster.
Gilster
Good
37.
man.
How's it going?
Good man. I was just making
So
sure I haven't forgotten him.
this begins my promoting block. Actually yesterday I just rested. I slept all the way up to the time of this show. Of course, I was working late on early this morning on the campaign too, making some trading cards and putting them up on the campaign. So,
Right, let's get into that then. Let's get into this. So, can you tell everyone? So, you've been collecting comics for years.
I've been collecting. I started out with Vampire Tales. Well, I mean, if I would go to a shoe store as a kid, right? And they would have like Bugs Bunny and Woody Woodpecker, something like that. They would have little things like that. Archie, I don't know that it was Archie, but they would have like different cartoons that we would see in these little giveaway comics that they would give
Yeah.
away to one per customer per kid. And those were probably really my first comics. My neighbor broke his leg, and his mother and father, while he was laid up in bed, I remember visiting him, and he was in a hospital bed in his living room, because back in that day it was a big plaster cast, and they bought him about 5 or 6 comics. And about a year later he said, I'm thinking about putting these comics in a yard sale. And I said, well, I buy them for 50 cents. And there was a Defenders 15 and some other stuff in there. There was a Legion book that reprinted some of the old stuff in the 60s. So immediately I got some reprints. And then I started, I didn't realize these things went on like a soap opera month to month, even though it would say next issue. It just never registered with me. And I didn't know where to get them. It wasn't until I saw Vampire Tales 5 was the first thing that I bought, which was a magazine, which is more European comic book size, larger. And that's kind of what this Devil Flyer is. It's magazine size. So it's
is it? I didn't realize that. I didn't
yeah,
realize
it's kind of
that.
like Panini. 58 pages. It may be expanded to 52.
Wow.
I'm vacillating about that. I haven't changed that on the campaign, but it may be realistically 52. If some people more buy the big bundle, because one of the things I put in there is you get a full page ad. And so if you want to promote, say, Salacious MoNKey-LiZaRD channel, you could put it in there, in the book, a full page ad. Or if you like another comic out there, you can put, an ad for that, whatever you want in there, as long as it's meets my approval, no nudity or anything like that. Change the, I never considered that till I started to do my own comic. And Don Chin asked me, well, what age group is this for? He always asks that question. And it's like, that's a good thing to think about. And then working with other artists, it's like, I like to do this cover here. John Dillard, who did this cover, we designed it together. He asked me what I wanted, and I told him. He said, well, is it a helmet, or is it a mask? Is it metal? He asked me questions like that. And some of that stuff I really hadn't overly thought about, right? I just kind of designed the character back in 2017. some of the characters have been designed since the 1970s.
Really? Wow, it's going. So you've had those ideas have been like vacillating, and you've been like, thinking about this for a long time. Then this universe that you've created. What do you call it? The Momentum Universe? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I mean, I actually came up with Momentum. I'm thinking back in the 90s.
Right.
I created a Sea Demon, which is kind of like my Aquaman. Kind of underwater Superman. I think Aquaman, if he can, endure the pressures of the ocean, he's really Superman underwater. Aquaman has been undersold. And yeah, I created Sea Demon back in 93.
Wow.
And I was married then. I've been married twice, unfortunately, but not for like 25 years. I've been single for 25 years or more.
You Randy Bugger X.
Marriage just derailed my career. It's like, yeah, that's the problem with marrying for all the wrong reasons.
So how many characters how many individual characters have you dreamt up?
Hundreds, thousands.
Really? Hundreds? Really?
Kind of like a.
Or how many characters are like fully developed though?
How many are? Maybe about 2.
Okay.
I mean, fully developed. It's like I did settle 10 years ago. We have a new art book up on the campaign, and it'll have a special section, 10 years of drawing Bog, which is kind of like Swamp Thing or Man Thing for my universe.
You showed some. I don't know if you've got that to hand. You showed some of your artwork on a stream last night, I think, about Bog, which had me interested because I really like Swamp Thing, and you were showing some art, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I don't know what I was showing, but
it was a green illustration of Bog, I think. Yeah.
Okay, here's one of Bog, and I draw him different ways, but the thing that never changes is he's had these 2 little sticks on the right side of his head. That's kind of like my signature, and that was from the very beginning. My father passed away like 10 years ago, February 2nd.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Or February 3rd. And the 15th of that month, I created Bog. And thought, I had something very special there. I decided to do a Funko type Bog, Funko Pops. And he kind of come out looking like a jumping spider.
Yeah, I like that. I saw that one. Now, this type of art, do you draw it? Do you do the coloring as well? Because I know with comic books,
I've recently done coloring most of the head sketches and you get one of these free. It is a stretch goal that if we reach the stretch goal, you'll get 2 of them. And if you buy the big tier, you have a potential of getting 3 characters, and there'll be 3 different characters. And this stuff will be printed in the Art a Devil flyer. So it will be printed artwork by me that you receive.
So just so people know, what's the overarching theme of the Devil Flyer story? What's like the grand narrative?
Well, the grand narrative is he makes sort of a Faustian deal with with the devil. He's not a free agent by any means, and I'm going to be telling his story like a lot of them in multiple timelines. Now, when I say that, it won't be confusing.
No,
won't, because it could get confusing. I mean by that is one of the next books I want to do after I get this quick campaign of John Buscema book out of the way, which is basically a cash grab, get enough money to do this full time. Or I love my nighttime job. I work at night, but it's seasonal.
Hey, Richie.
I spray mosquitoes.
I heard you talk about this before.
I've done that for 12 years. So when I start probably next month, hopefully, up again, that brings in more money, of course. That's, you talk about your daytime job. I've got a nighttime job. I drive at night, and spray for mosquitoes with, you know, and kill mosquitoes. I've killed billions and billions and trillions of mosquitoes over the past 12 years.
Good. They're horrible bloodsuckers. I don't like them, Rex.
Well, more people die from mosquito-related illness than anything else in the world. Over 2 million people a year. Yeah. West Nile's virus, very bad stuff. Tsetse, very bad stuff. Malaria, very bad stuff. You know, so got to keep those mosquitoes under control. And I've been doing that, playing superhero at night. You know, mosquito killer. But anyway, what was your question?
Oh, we were talking about the Devilfly universe. The Devilfly universe.
Yeah, Devilfly.
Okay, he's made a deal with the devil, a bit like Spawn, I suppose, in that sense.
Yeah, and that's how I envisioned him. Was like that's why his original costume was blue and gray, and he had this green wings and green trident with the sort of green Spawn-like energy. He was going to be like a combination. He was like a mashup character when I created him back in 2017. Bog I created back in 2015. Sea Demon like 1993. You know, so different characters at different times. In fact, during this campaign, I've created multiple new characters. One of my ones that I created, I think back in 2023 now, was Midnight. And recently, like Midnight and the Roustabouts, you know, which are, and Lack is going to be a Roustabout, you know. I know you know Lack.
We love Lack. So Lack's a big favorite in the community. And I don't know if everyone knows this yet, but Lack is appearing. Have you got that to show? You've turned Lack into a character in the Momentum universe.
Have you permanent character? In fact, I have a drawn in tier still up, and I've cut the price by $75. So right now you can get in, and not only that, you get a whole chapter, a whole story written about your character, and probably multiple because you're becoming a permanent member. What I want to do is a pulp. Pulps were popular in the 20s, 30s, 40s, even before the 20s, really. They were kind of comic. They were written, you know, cheap entertainment for like a dime, a nickel, like a Penny Dreadful. I don't know.
The Shadow was that?
The Shadow and the Phantom, which is very popular still down in Australia. They've been printing the Phantom since 1942. They're like over 2,000 issues, which is more than anything we have here in the States. You know, more than Action Comics.
Have you got
Doc Savage is another one. You know. Well known.
Have you got the Lack illustration to hand to show people?
It's up on the campaign. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it on the campaign?
Is it on the?
It's on the right and the left.
See if I can.
My co-host Shadowhawk is on there too, and Crooked Painter, he's on there. And then I had an extra spot, so we put Midnight's Horse.
I found it.
Or Gray Appaloosa.
I found him. There he is.
And he looks just like, I got Jay Kreger. He's a portrait artist, done a lot of portraits, but he also, you know, he's worked for like 8 or 9 different professional comic book, you know, and he's going to be doing me a logo this year. I mean, this week, maybe starting today if he didn't start it this weekend. So there's Lack right there in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah.
I like that he's pointing his finger at you. And that's his real hat and his real jacket and everything, just from a picture. And then Lack's hat is up on the top left-hand corner on Crooked Painter. That's actually Lack's hat. I said something about a hat, and he sent me a Billy Jack hat. So he comped that in on, because Crooked Painter always wears a hoodie. And then Shadowhawk, who's my co-host, is on the bottom, and he's in a two meals for Sister Sarah Clint Eastwood hat.
That's crazy. This is so good.
This is Midnight on both sides. This is Midnight when she was younger, in her 20s, and this is Midnight like at about my age, about age 60. So I'll be telling her story in 2 different timelines.
So does this section is this in the comic or is this a separate?
That's in the comics. That's going to be a 2-page spread.
Great.
Yep.
That's
in the
great.
comic.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Should we go for? Do you want to? Should we have a look at a few more of these? There's some amazing art.
We can watch the trailer, whatever.
Yeah, you've really developed this since.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I've really built it up.
All right. Should we play the trailer first?
Well, don't threaten me with a good time, big boy.
Okay. Cool design. Very cool design for Devil Flyer.
Yeah, and we really didn't go with the original design, actually. Hey, Lack. Lack be the man.
He is the man.
Thank you, Lack. Only on Find My Comic back in today.
And then let's go through. Oh, look at that! You really, since I last looked on here, you've really done some gangbusters here. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're getting close to $4,000. At $4,000, you get two more items. You get 2 new trading cards, a bog and a sea demon trading card.
Okay, so if people want to, if people want to, let's have a look at the. Can people just still buy the comic?
Oh, yes. Single issue. Yeah. And everyone will come with digital comic that has everything the artist edition has in it, plus extra stuff.
Okay, great.
On digital, you can put all kinds of extra stuff on. So
what's the cost of the comic again? I can't remember. I have backed the comic. I can't remember.
Okay, well, it's various prices. Like if you back all 3, you get like $15 off, which is like the 3 main covers. If just by itself $25, you can get a blank variant.
Oh, I did all 3 covers. That's it.
For $20.
Yeah.
$20 is the cheapest unless you go digital.
Yeah.
You can get the sketch cover for $5 cheaper, which is going to be magazine size and possibly 52 pages when we're done.
I mean, that's more like a graphic novel, isn't it, than a comic?
Yeah.
I didn't realize there were so many pages.
There's 29-page story of Devil Flyer, and then the rest are different characters that are developed within it. We have a 9-page Gravetail story that is sort of the Swamp Thing-like character, Bog, and then we have some introduction. We've got 2 stories that are only 2 pages apiece, which are just basically introduce you to Enterman and Dirty Joe. Dirty Joe is kind of like Venom, but as a wraith or a ghost. So Teeth and Claws, a very kind of nasty character. This is the new Jimmy Reyes cover, and the artist. I've not seen this one before. Yeah, the artist that did the A cover, if you go back up, the main, there it is on the right. There it is on the right. Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
That one there. Yeah. He colored Jimmy Reyes cover. So there's going to be a connection with the same color sensibility.
This is beautiful artwork. I've not seen this. I've not seen this.
That's a wraparound Virgin cover. Yeah.
Wow.
By Jimmy Reyes. Yeah.
Now inside the comic, because you've got 58 pages, it can't. How much?
No. 52 at the maximum. It's set to be 48, but it may be expanded to 52. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And like for a long time in the UK, our comics were black and white, and how much of it is black and white and how much of it is color?
I would say the majority is black and white. I'm still vacillating whether I'm going to go with a sepia tone. But we do have some color within the book, spot coloring and other things going on. Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that. Who's that?
This is
What's
new.
that?
He just finished this. The back cover to the Golden Age cover, which is drawn by the artist that did the Devil Flyer, which is I've known since 1982. He's about 2 blocks away from me. He's my neighbor. He's the artist on the Devil Flyer story. This issue.
That's beautiful. Who's this guy? Who's this?
That's Tank Ferret. He's been around for longer than I've been on YouTube.
Wow. And is this the Devil Flyer? Is he in a different color scheme?
That's Devil Flyer in his Golden Age costume, which is blue and gray or blue and black, whatever. And there's Cy Marco in the background, the main baddie. He's the mafioso boss from Chicago that he has to deal with in the first story.
Rex, we've just Lack, we've just had your we've just been looking at your illustration. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
I know. I'm very excited to develop Midnight. She's been coming along so easily once I started thinking about it. We've added to the big tier. We've added 4 o'clock Shadowhawk t-shirt and the main cover Dillard's awesome cover on t-shirt. They'll be black. Black is slimming, right? I know it is on me.
Well, yeah. This is one of the things that fascinates me about what you're doing here. You're really going for it on the extras. You've got jigsaw puzzles and all the amount of stuff.
Out of all of them, I love the trading cards. I've actually got to design these trading cards.
Oh wow!
And
that's cool.
My sort of partner on rebuilding the campaign, because we launched a little over a year ago on February 2nd, and Saturday we just sort of had a soft sale relaunch with all the other books and cards and keychains and t-shirts and all that. So this is probably what the campaign should have looked like, closer to what we're still working on it, but closer to what it should have looked like when I launched a year ago. Here's the sticker book. With the trading cards, you'll get what do we get with that? We'd have to look on the right hand side there.
Okay.
I know the sticker book, you get 2 different stickers. You get Hopper, that's on the front cover there, and you get this 6 a.m. Cortex sticker.
What the hell is this?
Huh?
Who's this brain guy?
That's Cortex, and he will. And there's a 6 a.m. Comics draws your characters like little chibi type characters, and there'll be a special 6 a.m. section in the sticker book. We're doing stickers for the very first time, and there's a Bog sticker that you can that you'll see further on down. There's a Devil Flyer sticker that everybody gets for free. You can get up to I think potentially 4 different 6 a.m. stickers on this campaign.
Well, I like Bog and I like Cortex. Me and another friend in the community, Super Awesome John, we collect Kerrang action figures. The brain guy from the Turtles.
Yeah.
So this guy reminds me of him.
Well, then you'll love it, because the next story pits Cortex, who I always looked at as a good guy, but everybody was like, he'd make a great villain. I said, well, we can do both. He could be a villain that later turns good,
Yeah.
Kind of like the Vision did. He started out with Ultron as a baddie and then joined the Avengers and was one of my favorite Avengers. So Cortex goes up against Bog in the next story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So how much have you, because I have written a story, but it's the origin story of Salacious, basically. How much of your story have you penned? How far
Well, I know up to issue 7. Do I know all the particulars? No. It's like a falling man and somebody looks out the window and says, how's it going so far? And he's like, so far so good. He hasn't hit the ground yet. You kind of develop it as you go along. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Right.
And I think some people get overwhelmed with all the work that has to be put into, coming out with a comic book. I know I was for years. And the best thing to do is just to form the best plan you can. And you don't have to have all the answers today.
Yeah.
The answers will come to you in time.
Yeah.
If you really want to do a proper job of it. And I think that's the difference, Salacious. There's a lot of people, they're just putting something out to say, I put it out and I did it. And it's like, I've been working on this for 3 or 4 years, to make it the best that it can be. And have I gotten all the support on it I would like? No, I don't think you could ever have enough. That's why I'm doing a cash grab next time on the John Buscema book, because I probably should have done that first after my ash can, instead of this one. But I didn't want to keep people waiting. And this is my passion, to develop this universe of characters. It's not just about, so it's kind of like a hero anthology, but it's got hero, it's got horror, it's got noir, it's got Western, it's got, different, everything you like about in comics, I couldn't fit. I was going to do maybe in the art book or something, there'll be a little sci-fi. There's so many genres out there. There'll be romance. I mean,
So, like, you've got an encyclopedic knowledge of like the history of comic books.
I've got a pretty good memory. Yeah, I can remember back to when I was like 1 or 2 years old.
Well, here's something for you then. Here's something for you, because I think I've written music in the past, and I've penned. It's only it's a very short, modest story, and it's basically a kind of late 70s, early 80s, harking back to Close Encounters. It's a UFO sighting. It's that kind of thing, and it's related to Salacious's origin, basically. But I can't draw. I can't do art. I've written the story, which is, I think, quite interesting and quite crazy.
Can you draw? Can you thumbnail out? And by thumbnail, I mean very small drawings of panel by panel with stick figures. If you do that, then you basically have done it. Be able to convey to an artist what you want.
Yeah, so
that's why I started writing about the time that I created Devil Flyer, 2017, I believe, and that's because I had a nighttime job where I was up all the time, and I didn't really have, I was disrupted a lot, so I couldn't sit there and draw too much. I had to put it down, come back to it. So I started writing, and I said, wow, this is pretty good. And yeah, that's part of it. So I write all the stories. They're complete stories, but all the characters are interconnected,
Yeah.
That's just the way I'm doing it. Because but you, with your, I usually thumbnail it out and tell the story in action in pictures.
Right.
And then I go in, and the very last thing I do is put the dialogue in, because I've told the story in pictures. I could probably leave the dialogue out, and you would know, unless it, was dealing with some complex issues. You could probably track it, and follow it. But so it's kind of like the Marvel method. We did that on the Devil Flyer story. I asked John, would you work on a Devil Flyer story? And then I pitched him different ideas for 8 months. And then I was like, well, I got to get something going, crowdfunding. I want to get in on this. And I remember that he said yes to one project, and that was Devil Flyer. So I got him busy doing that. It took him about a year to draw, and he drew it actual size of a comic, which I don't recommend, but he was very good at it. That's why I had to blow it up to magazine size to have that heroic, grandiose, feel to it, epic feel to it. And it blew up just perfect. But he did draw it very small, the size of an actual comic book, but he's a good enough designer of like 40, 50 years, that he can do that. So, you know, had to make it magazine size. I got a proof that was magazine size, and it finally dawned on me it needed to be blown up to have that impact that I wanted it to have. So we went with the magazine size with this prequel issue. And basically, I had to get the 29 page out of the way because it was constricting my stories, my backup stories, because that was kind of like an add-on, you know. At that time, I was less known. 3 years ago, I hadn't built my channel up, and if I'd launched it at that time, I think my success would have been very nominal. So I took time to develop my other stories and the direction that I was going with the main character. Hey, Jumpy. And I think that's your most valuable commodity, Salacious, is give yourself time to develop what you want to develop. But something that forces, which is an ally to you in the process, is jump in, start really thinking about it seriously, you know, and making the hard decisions. And with that, I took like 8 hours to write the Devil Flyer story. Just one evening. I sit there in the recliner for like 8 hours, dog in my lap, and I basically told a tropish type story, really, to be honest with you. Bank robbery, you know, but then I tied it all together come dialogue time. You know, it was nothing, you know, like the next issue is going to be, which you get knocked down, drag out battles in the next issue, so I'm giving you what you didn't get in the first issue. You're basically introduced to the story from the very beginning. Let's just go back to the campaign. Words speak better than my words do. But basically I begin the issue with him chained up and sinking into the ocean, which is taken from an old Spider-Man story that stuck with me. I'm trying to put in what I felt as a kid. Comics expand my consciousness, made me a reader. You know, it took me to different worlds. What novels and books and other things might have done for other kids and other people.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. That's amazing. This character's beautiful. I don't know about this character.
That's Midnight. Yeah, that's Midnight. Yeah, that's going to be
coloring. The coloring on this is amazing, isn't it? Like the contrasts. Beautiful.
George Peter Gaddis did this, and that was everybody's going to get a trading card of this. That was the last stretch goal that we reached.
Now, Rex, I'm sorry for a real practical question here, but how do you, because you're an artist in your own right, but you also commission artists, don't you?
I do.
How do you go about doing that? Like, if
I came on the scene, that's all I was doing was commissioning artists, and I wasn't even showing my artistic ability. And a lot of people thought I was just a writer.
Yeah.
And yet I've been an artist longer than I've been a writer.
So how do you go about doing that? How do you go about commissioning and working with different artists?
Going on shows, meeting the artists and saying, hey, would you do something for me?
Right.
Simple if I thought they were a good fit for the character and whatnot. What's neat about Midnight is she's my first Western, and I haven't created in my career a lot of female characters. And then when it came to publishing and looking down the road, I'm going to need some good villains. I didn't create a lot of villains. So her pom-pom hat there is actually like a Batman utility belt. So you have like a pom-pom, like it's a flash grenade, a smoke grenade, an iron ball that she can, fling at people. There's one that's just a regular pom-pom that she can kind of pick off and say, here, something to remember me by, her outfit was given to her by her parents who were brutally killed. And that's kind of her story arc. So she's got a lot of Batman in her story. And that just kind of worked out that way as I was writing it. I didn't have Batman in mind at all, but just put this up with the logo armored flyer. I did that last night. Put that up on the campaign. That's going to be one of the cards in the.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's kind of got medieval.
Armored, and Devil Flyer will be fighting this guy in the next issue. But now you'll get a
Wow.
2-page spread of him flying towards Devil Flyer over an L train in Chicago in this issue. 2-page
Who did
spread.
this artwork? This is when you
John
look at
Dillard,
this,
and he'll be doing the 2-page spread too.
When you look at this up close, that is so detailed. The detail in the
I designed the character and said, "This is what I want," and he did it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because he's more accomplished artist, you know, than I am.
Oh, I love that. That's kind of I don't know.
I told him what I wanted, and he did it. You know, I said I want him sort of broken glass, fractured, you know, of him falling backwards. Yeah, with a star field behind him, because he's kind of my cosmic character. Even though he looks like a everyday guy, and his name is Bystander.
That's cool. And that's how
I've
that's how I've kind of envisaged my little short stories. I've got scenes in mind, and I've thought of like movies where I've seen a similar scene, and the cinematography, and where the like there's a scene in a 70s discotheque with a like a disco ball and lights shining down, and and this, so this is amazing. But so I need to find artists now. Well, first of all, I think you're right. I need to storyboard it properly.
And you could do that with stick figures.
Yeah, or images off Google.
You just need to convey the concept and let the artist take over and do a few rough drafts, and then look at that and say, is this kind of what you're reaching for? And if you know, most people are better designers, have in their mind what they want. So just stick with that vision, unless the artist offers you maybe a new perspective or angle and makes it more dramatic, but still conveys the concept.
Because it's collaborative as well, isn't it? So sometimes you want to let people run with it.
And I was reticent to that. I think a lot of artists are loners, and comics is more of a collaborative thing. And really, it's been one of the greatest experiences of my life, is to work with all these other great artists. And because when I talk to John Dillard and I say, I've got this new concept or this ideal, a new drawing I want you to do, a bystander, he's falling backwards, and he is in like a broken glass, fractured reality type thing. And then he brings it to life. It's a joy.
That's amazing. When you see, you give a brief, and then someone that's really talented like that brings it to life.
You know, when we first launched, I took that money and I commissioned this piece and other pieces because I wanted some strong imagery up on the campaign.
That's amazing.
You know, so you know, it's you know, I try and immerse myself into what I'm doing. I think that's a big thing, to get in the headspace, you know, and some things just pop into my head. Some things come slower, you know.
Oh, wow. I haven't even seen this one. Yeah, you've really gone for it.
Well, that one's been up there. That one's been up there for a while, just like Midnight. So, but maybe not since you backed it and looked at the campaign.
I backed it straight away. So
and see, that with that money I took and got this piece made, and the Midnight piece, and the fractured reality piece, and put like two John Dillard and 2 George Peter Gaddis pieces up on here. Some very strong imagery. This is modern day Mummy.
Yeah. That's amazing. And then look at
he's
Bog
the one that
there.
did one of the Midnights. Yeah, Bog. Yeah, that's going to be made into a. If we reach $4,000, which we're $71 away from, I think you'll get that and another the Sea Demon. This is an acrylic painting, and it's available. It's going to be made into a blacklight tapestry.
What? What's that? Really, a blacklight tapestry? That's
blacklight tapestry of the Bog. Yeah.
Wow. So that's very 1970s, isn't it?
Huh?
Black. So that is you. So you can only see the color stand. I don't know how that works.
Well, it'll be there on the right. It'll be on there on the right if you hadn't already passed it.
Okay.
The artwork and the actual recoloring of it.
Did I see? Oh, there you go.
Go back up one more.
Oh, no
right
way.
there. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And actually, it'll look a little bit more dramatic than this because I'm going to have another colorist go over it one more time.
Wow.
The guy that's actually having the tapestries, Dark Gift Comics.
So I love that you've been reinvesting the revenue that you've been generating and putting it back into the comic.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
That's amazing. Because I'm not interested. It's not about making money for me. It's about getting the origin story told. You know.
Well, you're going to be disappointed. I don't tell the origin to Devil Flyer till issue 7.
All right. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to wonder if he's a good guy or a bad guy by the time I'm done with him. He's basically, oh, you took a skip.
Whoa.
Here, go back up. You took a big skip. Okay.
Wow. I can't believe how much is on here now.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah, this is the story right there. Yeah. Tank Ferret artwork there with Cy Marco. He's the guy that goes up against Devil Flyer. And we're making a Cy Marco and Devil Flyer poker chip as well. Because he has
I've got that. That's on the ash can, isn't it?
The poker chip? No, you have
this artwork here.
Oh, yeah, yes, that is in the ash can. You get the first 7 pages in the ash can, which is up on Indiegogo, available now, and you get 2 magnets. These are the magnets here: a Devil Flyer magnet and a Momentum Concepts magnet. Let me find one here. There we go. There we go. I had extra.
Yeah.
So cool. These were my very first thing was to do an Indiegogo ash can of it, and you got a pin-up section in the back.
Yeah, I got that. That's good.
Yeah. So you get the first try before you buy, you know. We did over $1,400 with the ash can over time.
Yeah.
And it's still up for sale on Indiegogo.
And then that's just how
only 100 of them printed.
How long we do the time? Can we
we've got about 15 minutes.
Okay, great.
So this is the first page there, A Devil's Weapon, of the 29-page Devil Flyer story.
Yeah.
And these are some scenes, mixed up scenes from the book.
Great artwork. That's great artwork there as well, isn't it?
That's Doc Blaylock. He did the Grave Tales. He did the Bog story in the book, which I personally think is the best story out of all of them, which is not necessarily about Bog, but the clown killer that killed a clown, assumed his identity, and started preying on the children and killing them.
This guy's sinister.
The director, he's actually based on a sinister man that was not a very good man in history. And he's on the Jimmy Reyes cover. He's on the back of the Jimmy Reyes cover.
Right.
And this is page 2 and 3 where he's overlooking Chicago. And it just simply starts with a quote by Thomas Paine. These are the times that try men's souls, because his soul is really being hung in the balance with this. It's a redemption artwork, you know.
That's awesome.
Like I said, he made a deal that he regrets now, and so it's bringing upon the end of the world, an ancient evil back to life with his actions. For every good action he does, he has to do something evil and remove a stopgap, if you will, a firewall, kind of like Sinbad, on a quest. Like Sinbad was, he had different trials along the way, or Jason and the Argonauts. And so he gathers up these different heroes like Bog, Sea Demon, Inner Man, to fight this great evil, and some villains. There will be some villains that actually align to save the world at the end in issue 7, 6, and 7.
I hate to bring Star Wars into it, but Vader redeems himself at the end, so I kind of think
there you go. No. I don't think Palpatine ever did. You know.
No, definitely not Palpatine.
He was pure evil.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, PGM.
Hey, Pete. How you going, Pete?
Yeah, so this is Grave Tales here by
and the other Pete as well is here.
Yeah, Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
We need some salt in there, and we'd had saltpeter.
There we go.
So this is Gray Tales. There's the bystander. So that starts with the crossovers right there of
That's
characters.
very noir. That's very noir.
Yeah, very noir. Yeah, we've got noir. We've got hero. We've got horror. This is kind of like a horror story, but with some noir in it. Yeah. The mother laying on the grave, and then here's Bog coming up and grabbing the clown. And
that reminds me of that's out of. Sorry to cut you off. That's out of. That reminds me of the what's the Joker artwork? When is it Three Jokers or
Killing Joke? Maybe
Killing Joke. Yeah, that's very reminiscent of that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
A lot of people like Bog. They like the swampy character, and I do too. Now, this is a piece I probably did about 3 years ago. That's Dead Ninja. That'll be a trading card.
He's cool.
His little symbol is a blood spot in the middle of his chest.
Did you drew him? Did someone else color him, or did you color this?
Yes, I drew him about 3 years ago, and I had a colorist very early on color some of these for me. Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't work out, and I had to fire him. He was good on the trading cards, though. This is another character I drew about 3 years ago. That's Sargasso.
No way.
Underwater character.
That's crazy. He's got like Captain Marvel pants. Look, the gold and the blue.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
but he's like the Kraken. He's like the Kraken, but he's wearing Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
pants.
little maybe like a creature from the Black Lagoon. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Look at his feet. He's got I gave him like 2 toes.
He's got fish feet, Rex.
He's got fish feet.
Right. He's like Admiral Akbar.
Yeah.
He's cool.
More like General Grievous. Anyway.
Oh, no, this guy. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah. A friend of mine drew something. He said, you can use these characters if you want. And I thought, well, that's cool. So I did this and adapted it about 3 years ago because I was doing things that would be trading cards even before I got on YouTube. I knew what I wanted to do, but even before I started my channel. And so Rex, this is Kill Dragon. Mm-hmm.
Rex, I'm really naive, so apologies for the stupid questions, but if you like where you've drawn a character, and how do you get it? Do you scan it and send it to a colorist, or do you send them a physical copy? Or
I scanned. I took it down to my local print shop and said, "Send this guy a file." He was in Quebec, Canada,
right?
And I found him on Fiverr and said, "I need some coloring done." And he did some interior pages, but I wasn't happy with that. But now these trading cards, I was pleased with. There you go. Same thing. I actually got 2 color jobs for the price of 1 out of him on this one, because Blood Dragon, he gets his tail blown off in the ocean in the first sea demon story, and it becomes a green version of himself, a little bit smaller, and that's Kill Dragon. And the names came from my chat, and one of them was Gray Man, who's over in the UK. There's Sand Devil. I actually added a logo to that, because that's going to be trading card.
Oh yeah.
That's a piece I did a while back.
That's cool.
He's part of a noir team called the Skull Squad that was in the 30s and 40s.
That's nuts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've really got the backstories and everything. Oh, what's he?
There's 2 Ton. That's done by Omer Glitz. That helped me kind of put up the things. Says, I got to run an errand. I'll go back and catch the beginning that I missed. Love y'all.
Lack,
see you, Lack.
We love you, Lack. And
I can't wait to draw. I can't wait to write Lack's story.
Right. I want Lack on my wall in my collection room.
Well, you're gonna get him. You got a 2-page spread. Buy an extra copy, pull it out, and put it as a midnight poster. Maybe we'll do a poster.
Yeah.
Of that, because I love that drawn interior of Midnight. Here's another one that I put up last night. That's Dead Ninja by Omer. He does a lot of fan art and stuff, and he's been helping me design the cards. And this is Rob Ewing, another artist I work with. I don't know if you looked at the credit pages. We've got like 22 people.
That's amazing.
Total on this project so far.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. A little devil flower piece. And see, this came from a Tank Ferret piece. This is Bystander.
That's nice.
Done by Rob Ewing. my cosmic watcher type character.
I love that you've actually got like a really interesting ensemble of different types of characters in your universe.
Exactly. I mean, can you imagine them all storming hell, and you got like this noir type, gentleman that's basically immortal, that had kind of like the Phantom Stranger, and you've got like Midnight in her roustabouts, that's Western, and you got Japanese theme, Yakuza warrior, and vampires, and all kinds of stuff going on. It's going to be cool.
That's cool.
This is the epic story. This is what comics should be.
Yeah.
But I always say, but if you don't like the woke stuff in your entertainment being ruined, then become the entertainment you want to see. This is another character that I love. A little froggy-like character, kind of like hops around like Spider-Man. Hopper.
I like him.
And that'll be, a trading card.
I like him, Rex. I like him.
And some Doc Blaylock artwork here, different characters, the Killer Clown and the Vampire, and Bystander and Slaver there. Yeah.
That's great.
There we go. John Dillard's section here. If it's some of his artwork, there's Bystander being shocked or something.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool, isn't it?
So I'm trying to show you the diversity of, things that can be done, in this campaign. Just epic imagery,
Oh,
here's a relatively new female character I created, the Seer.
Yeah, I was going to say that kind of like comes out. It reminds me of like June, or like she's a spiritual lady or a sorcerer or something.
Yeah, and she's going to be a narrator in stories, where you just have like a character that narrates, like, and tells stories, and Bystander's going to be one like that too.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. Who have we got here?
There we go. The name's right underneath it.
That's
a Jinn. So he's kind of like a genie.
Wow. Yeah, he's giving me Watchmen vibes a little bit as well. And,
That's by John Dillard. Yeah.
That's amazing coloring, isn't it? Look, all the shading work.
Oh, yeah, he's great. And that's when he was just started coloring. Like, I don't know, about 2 years ago.
No, will you've done that on the computer? Or is this done like on Photoshop or something?
Digitally, yeah. He doesn't go through Photoshop. He goes through, what's he go through?
One of the Adobe packages. Some Illustrator or something,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Great.
And everybody gets a free 6 a.m. sticker that's based on the main John Dillard cover. And then everybody gets a 6x4 character head sketch done by me, possibly 2 or 3. And then here, if you signed up a year ago or so, we got 100 signups in like 3 days, 60 in the first day. You'll get this drawn by me about 3 years ago, Devil Flyer, in his original blue and gray costume with this sort of green spine-like energy, being attacked by some killer amoebas or whatever they are, alien life force things, whatever.
That was crazy.
Kind of like Star Trek vibes. And then fan club card. This is the most important card out of all the trading cards or whatever. This is your charter member card. If you back either the Ash Can over on Indiegogo, which I've limited on how many I've got left, I only printed 100 of them. You get 2 trading cards, 3 bookmarks, and 2 magnets with that. And you will also get a charter member card once we get them printed here soon. And if you back this one, you get that, and that entitles you to free stuff from now on sent to you in the mail.
Oh, that's amazing.
So you get that trading card, and you get that magnet there, and you get this midnight card. All this for free. These have been unlocked. These are stretch goals. But the most important thing is the charter member card, because I want to do a decoder ring.
Yeah.
Now, this is the next stretch goals right there. The Bog and the Sea Demon. The Sea Demon finished piece is inked by me and spot colored by me.
Wow, look at the fungus and this is like wow, that's incredible.
And that'll be a trading card. Yep. And the original artwork for that is up for sale. And this is that 6 a.m. a bog sticker that I told you about. That's hopefully we can make enough so that we can make that. If we don't, then we'll put it on the next campaign. Go down to the bottom. Go down to the bottom. We got time.
Sorry. All right,
we'll make time.
I thought we were.
Yeah.
All the way down.
And then Hopper and Lady Hopper.
Oh,
stickers, because we're doing a sticker book.
Yeah.
And then below that, and then you get a second head sketch, maybe. And here's the sneak peek of the origin of Bog that'll be in the next issue. 3 pages.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we got a little barbarian flavor here. So that's what I'm trying to do, is hit all the genres, you know.
I think you have. You have. That's nuts.
So there's something for everybody in this campaign, I think, you know, or will be in the future.
That's incredible. I actually didn't realize how broad and deep your universe is, and how many different characters you've got, Rex. It's absolutely insane.
And I have developed a lot of it in the last 2 or 3 years, really. I mean, just because a lot of it I world build. I created the characters and didn't care if I had a backstory, because I always had it kind of up here, you know, some of it. You don't have to have all the answers. But now come print time, you got to have that stuff down, you know. And like I said, I started writing and found out I'm probably a better writer than I am an artist. Which is, you know, I don't know.
Well, I think you're very inspiring, Rex, and so thank you for spending more time with us today in the Hangout. It's been a real pleasure.
And if you want to talk more about your own project, I'll be happy to help you with it and answer any questions you have.
That's great. I really appreciate that. So
go get some. I'll be adding new artwork and new cards and different things to the campaign, so you can see a lot more of what you'll be getting.
So make sure you go and follow Rex. Go and check out his YouTube channel so you can hear more about what he's doing. And also you get a lot of the artists on your channel, don't you? I see you got different people on almost every day. It's crazy.
Right.
Every time I go on, there's a new artist on there, or you have a lot of content creators.
I'm into promoting their projects. It's not all about me. I think that's where you make good contacts. A lot of the people that I have met on my show and promoted their stuff are on my campaign. I say, how would you like to do something for me? I pay them money or trade them something I have that they want and get it done, you know, and make my dreams come along. I'm not one of these artists or writers that go around drawing Spider-Man, Batman. If you're going to put all that energy, put it into your own IP, into your own dream. Put all your energies into your dream, and not, if you like drawing Spider-Man and Hulk, there's no reason, you know, or Superman or Batman or some other character. That's not bad. I'm just saying, put as much energy as you put into that, or more, I would say more, into your own characters. If you want to really accomplish your dreams, you're going to have to do. Everybody wants a unique voice. You may have the next Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And you may miss it because you were drawing Batman, which will get you nowhere, especially nowadays, you know.
Sage advice there from Rex. So go and follow Rex over on YouTube. And
no, don't. You'll go crazy.
On X and on Instagram.
Got Pez. I'm a big Pez collector too.
I heard you mentioning them. You might see if you can do a devil.
I need to do a custom Mr. Blobby and send it to you.
You do. Well, I agree very much with that.
Thanks for having me on, Ron.
We're a massive fan, Rex. We love you guys. You're.
I'm glad to know I have one. It makes me very happy.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. Go and fund the comic. Go and check it out and see and have a look. And there's the link. It's in the description. Rex, thank you ever so much. Thank you, Rexy. Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining us and following along. You guys are the MoNKey-LiZaRD army. Please smash the like button. leave us a friendly comment, subscribe to the channel, and remember, monkey lizards are for life. You should don't spear roast us. I know some of you have been doing it. Palps. No more barbecuing. It's not good. We don't like it. Plus, the meat's bad for you as well. So, don't do it. I warned you. And you, Pete. And you, PGM. And you, Dino. I know what you're up to. Got your eyes on that lean, succulent, tasty, glazed meat that melts in the mouth. It's tasty. Very tasty.
I'm Salacious Rum. Remember to make love, not war, because time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. Unless it's Star Wars, so that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. Unless it's Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. Don't forget what it takes to be a human being. But I'm not a human, I'm a monkey lizard. And don't forget monkey lizards have feelings.